This call is being recorded.
Yeah, I couldn't get them down. So I was like, well, we'll go with the flow. It's beautiful out. We'll go out. Here's what it is, right? Rolling with the punches.
Right. Okie dokie. So, yeah, as usual, please don't hesitate to interrupt if you have any
Okay.
questions at all whatsoever. And yeah, other than that, I can see that you personally share with him now. This is kind of interesting. Your son is, oh my God, that is
He's
wild.
insane.
Yeah, holy
Yeah,
crap.
he's wild.
And he's also a gangster and an alien.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, every Aquarius to me is an alien, but he has a specific alien construct that, oh my God, he was born 2020. Yes. I'm actually terrified of children born 2020 because I feel like
Great. Yeah.
they got the apocalypse energy. So like so Pluto Capricorn, I learned, are rulers of the new world, and they're gonna like literally like lead us into the new age. Like the Pluto Sag is gonna create the new age, and then they're gonna literally rule and organize as a collective. So to see that he wears the clothes of this director as a high king, I'm just flabbergasted because I've never seen in my life a 29-degree Aquarius sun with 29 degrees Sagittarius moon. Like this person, this child of yours is amongst the upper echelon when it comes to being the collective personification of like this new age and of knowledge. So he's ascended knowledge, but like Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm seeing this right now. This is like, wow.
Yeah, I definitely like just intuitively know that he's not even in this world.
Yeah.
That's pretty
He's like
awesome
an alien god.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
That is like, wow. And so you had this child with the man that we spoke about yesterday, who was all kinged out and everything. So that's just even more mind blowing to me. So I'm going to share this article about alien constructs once again, and I'm going to include Saturn and Pluto on his rising, which is nuts. That is nuts. That is absolutely nuts. As Jude, like this is so much power. It's going to take at least 30 years to return. I also have Saturn in Capricorn too. He is amongst one of the most powerful people in existence. And to kind of bear this power as a collective, his sun, moon, and rising is all collective. So he's a god. He's a judge. What I mean by that too is like the first four signs, of course, are individual, and then the next four are social. But the reason why I like to call the collective signs gods are they harness the aspects of this, and that whole terminology takes new meaning in this day and age where his generation is going to actualize that extremely with Pluto. So he's always going to be an instrument of collective themes that at this level he's aware of at such a young age. But I am mind blown and flabbergasted to see that he has 29 degrees sun and moon. That is just such a mastery of an attainment. It's like winning the lottery 5 times in a row. Like it's just not possible. And then also to have that as a Capricorn rising. So his moon is legendary in the 12th. He may feel misunderstood at some points because it may like I feel like energy like this is easy to misdiagnose as like autistic or just off the spectrum.
Yeah.
It's so psychic. He's such a genius. Like the way he processes information is transcendent, like a god. But
Yeah. He definitely reads my mind. Like it's insane. It's insane. He definitely does. Yeah. He's crazy. I can't even. Yeah. And it sucks because like I could see it in his eyes. Sometimes I'm like, I know I don't understand. I'm sorry, buddy. You know, like he's just so wild.
Right. He's
But
so
I get
wild.
it. Like I could pick up on it, and I'm like, yeah, sorry, but you're like so not even here.
29 degrees Sagittarius is like the wildest degree in all of astrology. And in the
Yeah.
12th, he's not here. He's not in his dimension. Like he's
Yep.
not even in a fantasy world. He's in the astral realm, which is grounding this fantasy realm. But like he's so advanced. Like 29 degrees Aquarius is the most genius spirit. It's like the strongest spirit. It's the highest point
Oh,
in
I just got chills.
the star. Oh my gosh! Like I didn't know I was walking
Yeah.
this. I didn't know I was about to read this chart. Like this is wild. This is like a whole
You
nother
could
level.
tell too, like he zones out, like he's not even here, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna let you go through for a minute and then come back to Earth. Like it's fine, because he like you could just tell he's not. I'm like, you're not here right now. Got it. Cool. Like I'll be back.
His
Yeah, he's
growth
wild.
is going to be rapid. By the time he's like 5 years old, 6 years old, he's processing like experience that like teenagers are processing. Like this is
Wow.
huge potential. Like to be, he has divine ability. Mercury is next to his Neptune, so he does read minds in probably a very uncomfortable way because that. So ascended knowledge, Moon and Sag, Aqua Sun at this mastery is the totality and completion of him being receptive to the full meaning and vision of the entire experience. That is so much to put into words that
Oh yeah.
his mind can process and be aware of all of that, though, the entirety of it, and just know. But it's so wide. It's not Gemini that's going to sit down and talk about it. He's just like fully passionate in that way. And the thing I love about that is you have 29 degrees Jupiter, you have Mercury and Venus. So like you're the perfect cheerleader and like source of all of that
Okay.
vibrancy that he can draw from at a soul level. And the moon sign is how the mother will treat someone. So my youngest sister has her moon in Gemini. My mom's a Gemini and she also has a Cap moon. I have my moon on Saturn. So the way that I was raised by my mother, she's a very strict, conservative, traditional influence on my life. In the ninth house of religion, we have Bible study with her every week. Like she's been a strict, real Christian uh influence on me. But for my younger sister, she has a moon in Gemini. So whereas we all kind of have that connection with my mom from my youngest sister, my mom was more cold to her intellectually. Like she would more she influenced my sister to be more I guess intellectual with her emotions. Like this is how, even though our mom, it has that kind of degree, you'll see how with your children with different moon signs, this is how they're influenced by you personally, or their nurturing influence. And with the moon 29 degrees in Sagittarius, you foster his adventurous nature, and you're going to inspire him to really feel into the meaning of life, especially since this is 12th house to him. He's going to have a very transcendent relationship with you that I would say the only thing that can risk is where he's misunderstood. You'll be, of course, as his mother, be able to understand certain things that the rest of the collective may not.
I'm crying. So yeah. Thanks for that. It's us. Like we're so I knew, but like holy yeah, that's literally what you just put it in the words that I've been feeling for 2 years. So
Wow, that's
wow.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. He's so adventurous. He loves to be like he has to be outside every day. He has to. He goes crazy
Wow.
inside. He
Okay.
goes crazy inside, and I do too. Like we get cabin fever. Like he has to be outside and like playing in nature. Like he has to.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I see his Venus is in Aries too. So this is someone who loves excitement, like his adrenaline junkie in a certain sense.
Oh
But
yeah.
interestingly enough, so he also has Chiron in Aries. Chiron and Venus is a true original love here, but it squares his Mars, right? So he has Mars in its exaltation. And Mars here, square Venus, is his love to go out, but until he comes into his 30s, oh my gosh, he's gonna have one of the most epic, incredible Saturn returns of all time. Like the first thing I thought 2020 was, oh my gosh, the children born this year are on a whole nother level. When they come of age, it's over for us. Like they're just gonna take over the whole world. And so I'm like, my joke is like, we have less than 30 years to prepare. And so imagine my surprise and horror that you're showing me this chart, and it's like, oh my gosh, oh, these exist, like wow. So that,
And that tomorrow I got a 2021 kid for you. So there you
yeah,
go.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be even wilder. So, yeah, I'm very interested. And yeah, like your son's personality here. oh my gosh, like to have
He's
all this in
insane.
Capricorn, yeah, this is your son has one of the most incredibly powerful personalities of all time. And he
Oh
represents
yeah.
that. He's so extremely intense. So as he grows older, like it's cool because he's still in the Aries phase. He's about to step into the Taurus phase. Now that he's 2, he's going to gain memories and start to be more possessive. But as he grows older, right? Once he gets in like 17, 16, oh my gosh, he's going to be super cold. And I mean like a cold MFer, like super gangster. This is someone who his experience will really mold him because Mars is very militant. It's the commander general, and then Pluto and Saturn are so extremely powerful. Like this is the archetype of like the Godfather, like a complete gangster here. And
Oh
so
god.
and that
Oh
runs
my
the risk
god.
of him having a burden with Saturn because he doesn't only have
Okay.
Saturn, he has 26 degrees Saturn. He has Pluto, um, 23 degrees. So this is the extreme collective karmic responsibility as an instrument to maintain integrity at all times because this is what makes him the greatest. Like he's the director. And that's going to give him a super intimidating personality to so many people because in an instant, he knows more than he should. That might even be difficult as he grows up through the Gemini years because he's going to say things that he shouldn't say, but it's the truth. And he'll
Okay.
know. And he'll probably even have the acuity to know at such a young age and read the room to understand, if it's the right to say. So that'll be really interesting because you'll play a very amazing part in helping him. This makes so much sense now. You're going to play a very amazing part in helping him like understand the social cues because the only downside to being at this god level is that, and most Aquarians I speak to don't really fare well with mortals. Like they don't it's not like they're humanitarians, so it's not like they hate people. They're here to assist and guide people, but they don't really speak human. So like they be aliens for real. Like it's kind of hard to really ground social cues and stuff like that, but like this is literally everywhere that you master. So like his ability to see how, at the same time, he's very advanced, so he's going to have a very amazing ability to pick up this stuff naturally, right? But the thing here is with your energy in Leo and Virgo, you're going to give him social context for everything he picks up collectively because we can say he's like an embodiment of the collective. And so Mercury and Neptune can be very challenging. Once again, we want to look at the third house for behavioral development because cognitively Mercury is your brain's function, and the third house, especially for children, is how they develop their attitude coming into like mid adulthood. And so, right now, Jupiter is actually evolving his ability to start communicating and evolving his ability to integrate his psychic ability, which I want to do a documentary on this generation because this is next level. I mean, these are the children with Neptune and Pisces, and that is wild. We see you have Neptune in Capricorn, so that sextiles his Piscean intuition to extend on everything your body senses. He's actually viewing, he's actually seeing. And it's going to continue that narrative as he grows up, where you're going to sense something with your body, and he's going to actually be looking at what you're sensing and almost in a way indirectly kind of feed this. But thankfully he's 29 degrees Aquarius, so he's just going to be able to tell you, oh, I know what this is, mom. Boom, 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 boom. And
Wow.
it's completely, oh my god, I can't wait till I feel like once he's able to really start communicating everything that he's aware of, you're gonna, oh my gosh, like you're gonna really see your son is one of the biggest geniuses ever. Because we also see that, like myself, he's a second house son. So the way that you paid me so that we can communicate one on one, well, I have an individual Taurus rising. He has a collective Capricorn rising, and he has a collective Aqua second house. So whereas I manifest Gemini, communication, enlightenment, he manifests knowledge. So this could be, he can make a lot of money as a writer. He's a boss. He's somebody who manifests his spirit. And if the Gemini spirit is a sword, I like to think the Aquarius spirit is like a library. It's like a book that has all the knowledge in the world. So he manifests nigh omniscience. And whether he picks up writing or communication, he doesn't deal one-on-one with people, he deals collectively. So this could be writing a blog and coming into so much more income, connecting to the whole collective as opposed to just one-on-one. And so in that sense, that's so amazing, extraordinary, because now the way that he learns is going to be more imaginative, especially with Moon in Sagittarius, which will favor visual learning and multimedia instead of just like picking things up. Like, this is somebody who easily could get bad grades in school, but have the highest IQ in class because, like, he's not, it doesn't mean that he can't like buckle down and learn, because he does have Mars and Capricorn. A lot of his personality is very disciplined. But like, the way a lot of these children come into information is extra dimensional. So like, they come into this, especially him, they come into this lifetime with knowledge, and with Mercury on his Neptune, his brain is directly connected to the astral realm. This could give him lucid dreams and astral projection abilities, but now the method of which his brain processes information is intuitively connected with his intuitive response as well to everything he's picking up in his immediate environment. And I love how all of that is in your seventh house. So the way that you analyze and break down information, he's going to kind of communicate a more intuitive, holistic integration of how everything that you break down connects together. I think it'll be a hallmark feature of your connection, especially seeing that your Jupiter opposes him. So a lot of his more detached spirit is going to connect with your vibrant, passionate self. However, his soul is going to also connect to your Leo, in the way your heart and mind flourish his soul. Um, Even though it squares a little, your sun and moon trine more his moon than square. So the Sag clash with, of course, Virgo is where he's going to challenge with how wild he is a lot of how practical you are. Because well, it's interesting because as a Virgo, you're still very passionate yourself, because you have the Leo. I feel like the Leo will understand the Sag he has, but these clashes will promote really great growth. It's just, thankfully, his personality connects with your personality, with the Cap and Virgo rising. So it definitely will go a long way into you understanding a lot of how your critical personality connects with his incredible and controlled personality. It's just a lot with Capricorn rising won't awaken until, coming into 30s. So he's definitely going to tap more into his sun and moon, and Aquarius children and Sag moon children. Oh my gosh, he's like a adventurer of space, and I'm almost sure he can channel these extra dimensional vibes while here physically, which is you being able to see and detailed into him like not being here. And a lot of that, once again, with Mercury, like, he can spend so much of his brain infused with imagination that he's also intuitively learning through what he picks up. It's just Neptune is so extra dimensional. It's the opposite of Virgo. It's like a roundabout way of coming into an answer that goes against or is outside of traditional logic. But still fascinating nonetheless. And then he has Uranus and Taurus. Like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. That connects with his personality. It connects with Mars. So it adds an element of practical, grounded genius to how creatively he's also going to express himself. And because his IC is in the fifth, him being at home is going to be really great to ground his creativity, because now his MC is in the 11th to him. And so he's going to be a social leader or transformer. And we see that Uranus in your ninth is going to influence a lot of how you innovate your philosophy, with how he kind of innovates that. And you know what I really love? Just like my mother, both your north nodes are opposite. So this is telltale proof that you've been in each other's lifetimes before. This isn't your first lifetime together. And his destiny is on your DC. So he may be destined to partner with you in a certain way, where his personality is going to challenge you to step into your destiny. Where with Jupiter, he's also like a good luck charm. And his karma is to really help transform through this incredible attainment your karma. Another thing that I love that's very interesting that I also realized, like, I'm Saturn and Cap, and my mother is Saturn and Aqua. and you're also Saturn Aqua and he's Saturn and Cap. Like the karma you have is so close together. Even though it's from different generations, it really speaks a lot to this blending of destiny and how this really innovates y'all, coming together, bringing in this new light. I love it. It's just so beautiful. And we see that your Venuses connect. So your golden heart connects with his passionate heart, and that will give you both a composite Venus Gemini to communicate very brilliantly. I can really see both of you just having very brilliant, awesome conversations that inspire you towards what more you want to do in your career. And so his sun falls in your sixth house, and he's going to be someone that really influences your behavior a lot. But he's going to take this hidden spiritual quality of your 12th and actualize it through your lifestyle. He'll complete it. You'll be more inspired to really, I won't say ground, but integrate that through him. And his moon is in your fourth. So it's a soulmate connection in that he'll feel more comfortable expressing his feelings around you. And also vice versa. Whereas your moon and sun fall in his ninth house. So it's funny. I remember you said that your partner is like a guru to you. Well, you're going to be like a guru to him. He's definitely going to come into
really, because he feels like my guru. That's so crazy. Yeah, he forces me. He makes me uncomfortable in a lot of ways because he like pushes me into my actual divine role.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And it's uncomfortable, but I have to accept it. Like he pushes me into that. Like I have to let so much go. Like let him be a Sag, crazy. I have to let him do him. So it's like, yeah, wow, okay, sorry, keep going.
No,
I'm
you're
just like,
straight.
oh my God, this is all so insane because I already feel this. Like, it's so crazy.
No, and that's awesome that you feel it too. I would say, if anything, another aspect of this, right, with Jupiter, Jupiter is so close to his AC, he is a guru in a sense. He carries all those archetypes of Mars, the warrior, Jupiter directly the guru, but then Saturn like the director, the boss. So he definitely is someone who is incredibly wise beyond his years, but he's also super wild in ways that
Yes.
other people just may not understand, but he may be based enough to just not care, because that's the best part about him. Like his soul is transcendent.
Yeah.
He's able to just feel into the meaning of an experience and how it ties into everything, but then also know how to manifest the knowledge of that. That is just that's amazing. That's like a wow.
Yeah, and that's definitely where he clashes with Jimmy, his dad, the Tor, like a little bit.
Right.
Like he's so like, and I'm like, no, just let him, just shut up, Jimmy. Like let him do him. Like don't squash his spirit because I know that's his spirit. Like just knowing that I'm his mom, like so that's wild. He
No, I
helps
needed to
Jimmy so much. Like
I needed
oh.
to hear that too, because I wanted to ask, if because his son squares your partner's son, so that is going to cause
Mhm.
friction. Like
Oh yeah.
right. So it's good to know. I mean, it's not the worst friction, but yeah, it's definitely going to come to a head. But still very fascinating nonetheless. Very very fascinating. So
Yeah.
if we look at the composite chart, both of you are composite Sag Sun and Scorpio Moon. Oh my God. You have Scorpio Moon on Jupiter, on the rising, and on Mars. So both of you have such a deep soul connection that you identify with, but then you manifest meaning, you manifest this ascension together. It's actually really powerful. It's interesting because you inadvertently can make money together, or freedom. You're manifesting freedom, pure freedom, with this extreme Pluto here. So it gives you both this alien construct of really, it's like both of you have X-ray vision in the ways that you blend your energy together. But because it's such a purely magical vibration you're manifesting, it manifests pure ascension and experience. And then the composite Venus and Mercury is in Gemini, in Chiron. So both of you are really going to have deep philosophical conversations about what he's aware of. And if you think about it, it's so symbolic because he is literally an alien god outside of this world. And you're the master of reality, the magic of the microcosm, and he's the macro. So both of you will just have these philosophical conversations that make sense of literally everything. and kind of bridge into this higher meaning. And like there's going to be such a love to communicate together intimately here in the eighth. The thing here though is I feel like both of you can really just uncover so much secret wisdom about life. And a lot of this could be gleaned indirectly with what he says and what you just analyze from that. But interestingly enough, when we look at composite charts, Mercury and Venus are impossible to be opposite the sun. And so that's just because of the way of the composite. Like if we looked at another type of chart, it'd be there. So to me, when I see stuff like that, it adds like a etheric or supernatural quality to the connection where technically like you'll never see a chart where Mercury is opposite the sun. So this now takes this to a different level where the way you both communicate what's true shows you in a supernatural way, an ascended way, the higher meaning of what you're saying. And this can kind of just confuse things in a way. Thankfully, that connects with Neptune and Aquarius. And this adds a very telepathic, intuitive sense of how you both communicate. But from experience, I've shared Moon Composite Scorpio with people. It's very deep. It's very deep and it's very intuitive.
Yeah.
And with Jupiter here, it's going to add a lot more into the wisdom of this intuitive connection, and Uranus that will add unconventionality to how unique it is too. And then both of your karma is 28 degrees Saturn, where Pluto's awakening right now. So very powerful. It's definitely going to speak towards how you both develop this serious attitude and approach towards life. And then both of you have the North Node in Aries. So it's unlocking this authentic behavior that connects with the meaning you both manifest. And I'm going to share you the chart to this. But what's key is your shared chart, the North Node is in Taurus. So I think this is what I think yesterday we had the composite chart with you and your partner like this too, where
Yeah.
you were both also Scorpio rising. So this blends all your
Yep.
personalities very deeply, which is very
It's so
interesting.
crazy.
Yeah. And it's unlocking more the personality of both of you two as well, you and James. So that's beautiful. I'm going to send you this recording once again, but did you have any final questions though?
Yeah, so like I know be me obviously, but what's like I don't know, just intuitively like just love him, right? Like how can I just be like the best mom for him? I mean, he chose me, I know that, but like just intuitively like one word, like what it, I don't know if if you know what I'm trying to say, but just like any word that pops into your head about being a mom to him, like his kind of soul.
Oh no, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Um, you would have to be advanced to deal with a soul like his, and clearly you are because we also have to honor like you have a super magical chart. So I would say, um, definitely believe in him.
Okay.
What he needs the most is for people to believe in his inner vision because it won't make sense to so many people because he's so advanced.
Okay.
and
That
and
makes sense.
so right, even if it's something that he only sees, the most important thing you can also do is to be that critical end, because he doesn't have Virgo like you have Virgo. So he's going to have these higher minded ideals, but you're always going to feel into how real it'll be practical. So offering that
Okay.
insight will help, but always believe in his vision
Okay.
because it
So
always does happen.
cheerleader. Yep. Got it. Okay.
Beautiful. All right. Well, you stay blessed as always, and we'll meet tomorrow for, of course, Tilly.
A crazier Scorpio. Yep.
Oh God,
Sounds
here we
good.
go. All right,
Thank you so much.
no problem. And you stay blessed as always.
You too.
Awesome.